What's good, everybody? This is the one and only GM, and today I'm gonna react to the Main Man Sweden League Season 2 overview. Some baffling nerfs. So yeah, people been asking me to watch this joint, so I'm gonna watch this shit. And yeah, man, I'm gonna see what's good with it, man. Like, Lee, everybody knows he's been nerfed. He's got a lot of stealth nerfs, by the way, a lot of stuff that's not in the patch notes. So I wanna see if Main Man covers it. And yeah, it's always interesting to see videos like this. I will be coming out with a season 2 Lee Chaolan guide because I've been learning how to play Lee a lot better in season 2. So yeah, let's watch this video and see what Main Man has to say about Lee Chaolan. You heard? Let's get it.
Been made considerably weaker and is now the weakest character in the game.
So oh damn, you got Main Man saying Lee Chaolan is the weakest character in the game? Damn, I never thought I'd hear him say that. That's a W. Let's go, Main Man. Lee Chaolan is considerably the weakest character in the game now. Let's get it.
I know, hats off to the balancing team.
Blowing
our minds yet again.
You got the little intro voice.
What's up, guys? THEMAINMANSWE here. Hoping you're all doing awesome as always. And now I'm gonna continue my season 2 breakdowns. I'm now going to talk about Lee.
I can't front the way his camera with the light. It looked like he's like Jesus or like a god or something. You see that joint? It looked like he in heaven or something. He making this video from up there. You see the light on him? Look like an elder god.
Chaolan and his nerfing in season 2. I've always viewed Lee in Tekken 8 as a weak character. If you watch any of my tier lists, I put him in bottom tier.
Damn, my man said he's always put Lee Chaolan in Tekken 8 as bottom tier, man. I think that, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I think Namco should have listened to Main Man, to be real with you. Like, not all his takes is good, but I think his takes is better than a lot of the stuff we hear on Twitter. I can't even front. Because if they had Main Man on the team and Main Man telling them what they should do with balance, stuff like Lee getting nerfed and Lee being way worse would have never happened. Real talk.
So that's typically not a character you want to nerf, you want to buff them. But
yeah,
we're going to go through the nerfs. He got some buffs as well, but mostly a very nerfed character. And he is now, in my opinion, without doubt, the worst character in the game.
Yeah, he said the worst character in the game. That's ham.
The balancing team is smoking. Can I have some? But I have just no clue. I would also say that he is less fun to play.
Whatever
as
they
some
smoking.
players have said.
He said whatever they smoking, let me get it too.
You take great pride in doing cool combos, and then they give
that's another thing.
Back like 2 4 3.
The back 2 4 3 thing. That's just like there's really no reason to do that. The only thing is that it does more damage. But from what I learned, the back 2 misstep combo still gives better wall carry. And for some reason, when you do back 2 4 3 and misstep forward, and then you do back 2 into 4 2 1, it whiffs. It's weird. There's a lot of glitches with it, but I think the regular wall carry is better. That one is just better for combos.
Into misstep now, and you've made his combos easier.
It's easier.
And you have also nerfed his. You know, he's known for his punishment, but now they nerfed the punishment. The follow-up blazing, can I do it? Oh, right, there's a new input. I did the old input, the legacy input. They changed the input of blazing kick.
Yeah, this is weird.
They removed a legacy input that's 30 years old and now made it Core Circle Forward 4 to make it easier. I don't know why you do this on a character like Lee that is known to be a specialist character.
They probably is because people thought doing blazing kick was hard to do, so they made it easier. Like what Main Man said, Lee has had that blazing kick move since like Tekken 1, Tekken 2. He's had blazing kick, and it's always been the same notation. So it's really weird for them to change a legacy move like that and make it easier. You know, it just kills some of the identity of the character. Especially if it's in your muscle memory to do that move like that. It's really weird.
Only played by, very passionate players who absolutely love a character. Why you would want to remove their muscle memory, I have no clue. But nerfed his punishment in that Acid Rain, of course, gives a blazing kick. So they made that easier, the blazing kick follow-up, but also they removed the pancake flip of blazing kick. So now neutral is sort of reset.
I didn't notice that. That's mad smart. Yeah, because they nerfed Oki. That is another nerf. So when you do Acid Rain into blazing kick, it pushes them mad far, so you get no kind of Oki anymore, and you got to figure out another way to get in. That's ham.
Because Lee knocks your opponent so far away instead of getting Oki.
Yeah, you don't get
so
Oki
why this
no more.
happened, I have no clue. And also why this happened, this makes it so that you no longer have to
do back
to two loops.
But back to two loops is still better though.
Very, very puzzling changes.
It's weird.
That had to do with identity. But like, let's just look at strength-wise. Lee is a character who is defensively one of the best in the game. Yeah, like, he's very well known for his keep out, his back four, which is one of the best keep out buttons in the game. It's a mid counter hit launcher. It recovers very quickly on whiff.
They nerfed it, man. It's so easy to whiff punish back four now. And they damage, it does like 3 or 4 less damage now, so it's not really menacing for people to run into, and it's really, really hard to hit somebody with this in season 2. And the reason why is because everybody has long range homing plus frame moves that could just beat it out now, so it's really hard to place it, and people are not scared of it anymore.
It can even go into Hitman. You can start stepping and doing stuff like this. Yeah, it makes it very hard to approach Lee. They nerfed the damage of this signature move. That's been there since Tekken Tag 1. I shit you not.
Yeah, since Tag 1,
They nerfed the damage of that move.
I don't know why.
Why? Down for 2, down 2, and forward for 4 got reduced evasion.
Yeah.
They got reduced evasion.
So basically, by reduced evasion, what he means, 444 still crushes well. It doesn't crush mids like it used to. Down 4-2 completely does not crush highs anymore, and then down 2 only crushes specific characters' jabs. Mind you, Paul's down 4-2 still fully high crushes, and so does Shaheem's, and Shaheem's down 2 still fully high crushes, which is weird that theirs fully high crush when they don't need to, and Lee's doesn't, because Lee's identity is just reading buttons, but you know they kind of killed the character with that.
Why? You know, if someone whiffs something, Acid Storm, he's really good with the whiff punish. If he blocks something, he can punish super hard. We know this. But again, they nerfed that punish by nerfing Blazing Kick. So he's really good with all of this. But when it comes to opening up a very defensive player, a turtle, Lee has always struggled opening up a guard, as his lows have not been that good. He doesn't have a throw game. If someone is like very patient and doesn't press into Lee, Lee has a problem. Right?
Yeah, that's his weakness.
This is where he had a 14 frame launcher in while standing to free, where he could go into heat burst and do obscene damage. Especially with a wall, like we are talking over 60%. He could go into 70% here. This served as like a punish, 14 frame punish. It also served as a keep out button. It was a very important move for Lee.
You know, talking about what he was talking about, opening people up, that Lee always had that issue. That's always been Lee's weakness all the way back to like Tekken 5. Tekken 4, not too much because he had sidestep 2 misstep, and it was like heavy plus. And then sidestep 2 misstep 1 2 4 4 was free, so you could just keep doing sidestep 2 misstep in Tekken 4. But in general, Lee's weakness has always been a very hard time opening up turtles, and it's because all his lows were launch punishable and they were all just pokes. And another thing, in older Tekken games, Lee had 0 tracking. His tracking was really bad, so not only was all his lows launch punishable, but you could sidewalk all the lows. But that's why they added homing moves and made 1+2 a homing move in Tekken 6. So you could stop people from sidewalking Lee all the time. So it fixed one of Lee's tracking issues, the 1+2. Obviously, as you know, more Tekken games came out, they started making his lows a little bit more plus frames. So he could like pressure a little bit with more lows and stuff like that. But obviously, you know, that's not enough when his mids are just like chip damage and stuff. You can't. It's hard to open people up, especially with Lee. His slower lows are the ones that are heavy plus, right? Like down back 3+4, that's like 22 frames. That's a +4, and then misstep low is like 22 frames, and that's like +5. So his slower lows are plus. That's one of his weaknesses, and his faster lows are minus, and more punishable. Like Silvertail is plus now, but that's -14, and then down 3 is launch punishable.
While standing to free, heat burst into huge combo. I'm sure you saw this in season 1. And also as like a 50-50 mix-up, right? He can slide from full crouch, can stress those. He can do this low. And then he'd mix that with this for a 50-50 mix-up, right? So what did they do? While setting 2-3 went from -13 to -14. But also, the first hit puts them in airborne state. And the second hit, tornado bounds them. It only now does 28 damage. It gets heavy scaling because the first hit puts them in airborne state like a launcher, and the second hit bounds. So now when you go in with your follow-up hits here, it's just heavy scaling. It barely does damage, to be honest. And they also made it -14. This is one of the biggest nerfs I've seen in Season 2. And
yeah, a lot of people think that's a buff, and it's not a buff, right? Because people think it's a buff because he doesn't need to go into heat, and he could just do while staying 2-3 and get a full combo without heat. People have to understand the reason why it's a big nerf. That was the only 50-50 option that Lee had to really get somebody scared to duck. If you hit somebody with while staying 2-3 and they think Slide or Silvertail's coming, they literally losing, like they losing the round pretty much. You get while staying 2-3, heat burst into full combo, and that does mad damage. Now that is an instant bound at -14, not only is it way more riskier, the damage is really bad now. So you're not gonna get somebody scared to duck off of doing while staying 2-3. So they took his only casino scary 50-50 that he really had. So now you probably just using while staying 2-3, honestly, just for punishing, honestly. Like, I will only do while staying 2-3 if you know for sure they're gonna duck, but I wouldn't really do it. It's too risky and not enough damage.
It's funny considering it's happening to a bottom tier character. His 50-50 utility was already bad. His slide does not knock down, and they also nerfed the damage of his slide, and it doesn't knock down.
I didn't know they nerfed the damage on the slide. That's crazy.
Nuked from orbit, you know, while setting 2-3, and still has while setting 2-4 for a mid-high safe on block mix-up, but heavy nerf. And back 3-3 has reduced damage now. It does 18, used to do 21. This was already a very bad low in my opinion. Yeah, it's too nowhere risky. Near as strong as people.
Another thing too that I've noticed, you know how they said they fixed the bug with if the first hit hits, the second one won't whiff. It still does it. I've had the second hit whiff, and I've gotten launched on hit for doing back 3-3. So back 3-3, there's really no reason to do that low like that. It's so risky, and you just die. I'll do it sometimes to stop somebody from sidestepping to my right, but they reduced the tracking on all of these moves for some reason. Like standing 3, down 4-4, everything doesn't track really that well anymore. I don't know why they did that. Maybe it's the new movement changes, but yeah, his tracking is reduced, and also the range on his stuff is reduced. Like 1+2, standing 3, 4-4-3. A lot of his stuff just be randomly whiffing now. I don't understand why they did that, but
think it was. Like, he is gambling all of his life on a low with a slow follow-up high.
Yeah, he's gambling.
If this gets ducked, like, Lee is dead. Yeah, and if it hits, he's +4 with 18 damage. Whoop-de-doo. That is not very impressive. They also took a sledgehammer to his 4-4-3.
Damn, yeah.
Do you see the pushback? There's actually not 1 millimeter of pushback on this now. Yeah. Used to push back quite a bit, but nothing now.
Yeah, so like Demon Paul with Kazuya get pushed back 4-4-2 with Jin. Lee's 4-4-3 has always had pushback, and nobody ever complained about it. It's just, you know, new age Tekken players, they complain about everything, even if stuff been in the game since like Tekken 5 and stuff like that. That 4-4-3 nerf is really bad because they also nerf the damage, and it's very. You could see the damage nerf, especially when you're about to beat somebody and you whiff punish them and you hit them with 4-4-3 and they still alive. That's been happening to me a lot in matches with somebody whiffing. I do 4-4-3 and it reduced the damage by like 3 or 4 points. So the damage got reduced, and they also reduced the pushback. So now on block, somebody could really pressure you. So his Lee is really rough in season 2, man. It's really rough. So I know how dudes like Joker said that Lee players downplay him so much, but Main Man is not a Lee player, and he's speaking facts right now. If you just see what the character has, you see that he's nerfed. Even Super Akuma dropped him, and Mirio stopped playing. I don't blame him.
He is -9 right in the opponent's face, and that's it. Lee can't do anything. 4-4-3 can be stepped to both sides.
Yeah, no tracking, yep.
So why they chose to do that, I don't know.
You see, a lot of you guys think that move is homing. That move does not track at all. It only tracks because it's constantly misstepping in your face, but that move does not track. Zero tracking.
They also made it so that upward free from Hitman is no longer a heat engager.
I think that right there is one of his biggest nerfs, because now he has nothing scary for you to not duck in Hitman. Yeah, you could do raw Hitman too, but that's punishable. Hitman up forward 3 covers so many options. A lot of people like to crouch jab, go low, and duck while Lee's in Hitman to avoid the Hitman jabs, Hitman up for Hitman 4. They like to do raw parry. Hitman up forward 3 covered all options. It'll be raw parries. It'll beat out cross jabs. It'll be out ducks and lows. So not only did it go into heat, it also gave a full combo in heat. So it was a great move, and it stops a lot of Lee's counterplay that people do while he's in Hitman. Now that they took that move out, he really doesn't have any real counterplay. Don't get me wrong, you can still do it, but it's not gonna stop anybody from doing what they're doing. So it kills a lot of his counterplay while he's in Hitman.
That's bad. They made Hitman upward 4 the tornado kick +5 on block. I mean, that's nice. That's really nice. But this move on hit used to guarantee down forward 4-4.
Yeah, it used to guarantee down forward 4-4.
Right?
And now, so if somebody gets hit by that, it's just damage. They're not scared of nothing. Hitting that move was really, really good because you got so much big damage and it went into heat. But now that only works on counter hit. Another thing with Hitman 044, it doesn't crush lows at all, even though he's jumping. And 2, it's slow. It's 26 frames, as you can see. So it's really hard to throw that move out in neutral. It's one of the moves you throw out, and it's like you just trying to like condition somebody to press afterwards. So you could do Hitman 044 running 3-4. But then, of course, you got a hard read if somebody's going to attack, and then you down 3 them or down for 3-2-3 or something like that. It's really hard to place that move. There's a lot of conditioning.
It guarantees nothing now. Yeah, this move on hit used to guarantee down forward 4-4. This was really good mix-up utility for Lee, but it's gone. We love the fact that they removed Power Crush heat engagers that were safe on block, right? At -9. Very nice. But of course also happened to Lee. So that is also gone. This is no longer a heat
Baffling,
engager.
as you can see, like
safe on block.
all the stuff that Lee goes in the heat now is really, really hard to hit. So that's one of the things with Lee. It's really hard for him to hit you with like a heat engager to go into heat now. Especially with the back 3+4 gone. It's hard to stop for people from mauling you.
Block Power Crush.
At least
There
you
are
do it and then
about
go,
a
combo.
million nerfs here that hit this character very, very hard. So what did he get in return? He got 442 is now like 5 frames faster. I think it used to be like 20 frames. If I do the perfect one, it ships quite a bit. It's +2. It gives a free blazing kick, I think. Yeah, normal hit, and it's a countered launcher. So that's nice. We want to see you spam 442. Just know that that move is steppable to both sides.
And it's a high. So one thing I started using this move more, but people are starting to duck and sidewalk it. And for some reason, I don't know what's up with Lee, but like the range on everything is worse. So like even that move, it be whiffing. It's hard. It's hard to hit people with that because of the spacing of the game. One of the nerfs that main man didn't mention, they reduced the tracking on everything. So like Hitman 1+2, the tracking is worse. I would do Silvertail on hit into Hitman 1+2, and it'll fully get sidewalk like nothing. So for some reason, the Hitman 1+2, the tracking is actually worse now. It's so much easier to step it. So that's why I say there's really no counterplay for Lee to stop people from option selecting him in Hitman now, especially when you could just sidewalk all the options. With Hitman 1+2,
this move is very linear.
Yeah, 442
so not as good as it looks. And what are you gonna mix it up with? This move. And then Hitman 111 is now a heat engager. That's a 12 frame startup from Hitman. -7 on block. But all the hits are high, right?
Yeah, you could duck the last hit too.
So that's something to keep in mind. And yeah, Hitman upward 4 plus frames on block. Downward 3-2-3, 14 frame startup is a counter.
It's like you see how he said Hitman 111. I've been trying to find ways to hit Hitman 111. to go into heat is mad hard, because when you go down 3 into Hitman, right, and do 1-1, it's gonna come out at 13 frames. So it's gonna trade with 13 frame jabs, and anything 12, 11, 10 is gonna beat it out. So you can't really do it after that. You could, what I be doing is I either whiff punish with it by like doing a keep out move and then it whiff, and then I hit him with Hitman 1-1-1, or I sidestep a move and then hit him on Hitman 1-1-1. Another way you can hit somebody with Hitman 1-1-1 is if you do like 1+2 and they do something slower than 13 or 12 frames, you can hit them with Hitman 1-1-1. But if they do something 11 or 10, you're gonna trade. So it's really hard to hit that move on counter hit, or just hit that move in general. You gotta get like a whiff punish or like a good read when you in Hitman after like running 3-4, and somebody keeps mashing armor after you do running 3-4 on block and you go into Hitman.
Hit string now.
So down for 3-2-3.
So counter hit string, heating ager, and will launch in heat.
So that's good, right? It's really hard to set up. You could confirm it by looking at the side and looking at the counter hit button, because the prompt that says counter hit, you could do it like that. But the issue with the move, obviously, is that you can't really hit confirm it. Like, there's no delay in it. And another thing, the second hit is punishable. So if you just keep doing down for a 3-2, down for a 3-2 to try to like confirm it, you're gonna get punished all the time, because the second hit is minus 10. And of course it's 14 frames, so something being 14 frames makes it a little bit harder to hit it on counter hit, because the only times you're gonna hit that on counter hit is somebody steps on attacks and you wait and then do it, or if you were like heavy plus and you do 4-4-2 or Hitman L4-4 or something like that, and they happen to mash a crouch jab or something, then you could get down for a 3-2-3. But in general, that move is really hard to hit on counter hit.
They also made it so that if you stop at 2 hits, you're now minus 10. This used to be safe.
It used to be safe.
I think it was minus 6, safe. But if you stop now at 2 hits, you are punishable at minus 10.
You were able to
duck it.
also
has to be said that Lee, due to the new Oki system, Oki getting greatly nerfed by the fact that the opponent can simply hold back now and be safe. This would have connected in Season 1, where you have to quick stand, hold up to beat that. But now they can just hold.
Yeah, so his Oki got nerfed a lot. He don't get that. And then the Acid Storm reset, he doesn't get on the wall.
Back and block.
He got nurtured a lot. I think a lot of people, a lot of these guys that think Lee got buffed is guys that don't know what they're talking about, and guys that haven't like studied anything about the game. Even Mistrap, when you do Mistrap, the Oki doesn't work anymore. You could just get up and block. So
a lot of his Oki nuance go away. Like, for example, since Tekken 7, a lot of Lees have done stuff like this into a down forward 4 pickup, or stuff like this here, picking up with down forward 4, as stuff like this is just gone. So that has been removed. So a character that had a lot of interesting.
Another thing too, that he didn't mention while saying 2-3, used to give a high wall splat into a full bound combo. Now that instant bounce, it doesn't give a big boy high wall splat combo. So, you know, when Lee's sliding your face on the wall, there's no fear, because you're not going to eat a lot of damage. But obviously you could go into heat and use his heat moves and stuff like that. Like down 1+2. Down 1+2 is good, because it's when you go into Hitman, it's like +7, and it wall splats and it tracks to his right. I think his best heat move is down forward 3+4. That move is good. It's a homing move. Guaranteed damage on hit. You could do blazing kick, or if you have execution, Hitman L4-4 back 3, it's 0 on block, and it wall splats, and it's 16 frames. So that move is really, really good. One of the issues though is, one, I think it should combo to get somebody scared of heat, and two, Lee's new heat moves, it get rid of heat too much. You lose a lot of heat. So his heat moves are not bad. They just need to fix it so that he doesn't lose that much heat for doing them.
Oki setups, those are gone. It should be noted though that you can still do, like here, the up back 3 can be blocked, right? But if they choose to get up there, the Acid Storm will still resplat them, like so. So That is at least still in the game, so that's cool.
That doesn't work. They could block that. I've tried it recently, and it doesn't work. So I don't know why that
So
worked
yes,
for him.
this is a character that has lost some identity. A character that was already weak has been made considerably weaker and is now the weakest character in.
It's weird because if you read the patch notes, Namco thinks they buffed Lee, but they actually ended up nerfing him a lot. So they you know, I guess whoever playtested the game doesn't really know, and they thought what they was doing was buffs. Because if you read it, it you know, to them it sounds like they buffed him a lot, but they actually ended up nerfing the hell out of him. So hopefully, you know, they'll see that and see that as a mistake. That they ain't mean to nerf him and fix him. But, you know, that's just wishful thinking. That's all that is.
The game. So, I don't know. Hats off to the balancing team. Blowing our minds yet again. So, yeah, this sucks. And I sure hope that they fix this very soon. Thanks for listening to me and have a nice day.
Yeah, hopefully, man, they'll fix it and listen to us. I doubt it. But I know them making Lee significantly weaker was a mistake. They didn't mean to do that. So yeah, man, let's see what happens. This video was really good from Main Man. I'm gonna make a Lee Chalan guide really soon to how to play Lee in season 2. I did make my breakdown of Lee Chalan in season 2. I did make that video, so please go watch it. It's called Lee Chalan season 2. Lee is not what you think. Please check that video out. It has a lot of good views. I appreciate everybody for supporting. But yeah, this video was a W. It was good reacting to this. I'm going to probably react to more other League players content. Probably some Muriel and some other people. And MYK Makwan 7. I reacted to him already, but I'll upload that soon. So yeah, thanks for watching. FightingGM_Tekken is the Twitch. Subscribe, comment on the YouTube. Check out my Matchmasters mobile sponsor. I'll put the link on the description too and in the comments. And yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know what y'all think about all of this, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace out. Laters.